Good morning, everybody. I will be with you in just a second. In case you're wondering what I'm doing when I ask you to wait just a second, it's because I am making sure that my cameras are working properly, and also so that I can share it within my sister's house with Susan Tapley on Facebook, as well as my VIP group, which is called Susan's Chalk Therapy. So thanks for bearing with me. I will be with you in just a moment. In case you're wondering I need to turn my sound off on my computer. These things have to be done every time I go live. Otherwise, I have to listen to myself, which I don't really want to do. But I will be right there. I am almost done. There we go. Okay, so let me switch my view around just a little bit. Good morning, everybody. My name is Susan Tapley, and I am an independent designer with Club Couture. I'm also an executive couturier, leader of a team of other ladies and gentlemen just like myself who love to share Club Couture with their friends and family, and other people that like to watch just like you may be today. So welcome, and thank you for joining me. So this morning I'm going to be working on a project. I haven't really thought this one out very well yet, so we're going to be kind of winging it and seeing how it goes. So I will need your help, so if I ask you to let me know what colors you think I should use, it would really be helpful if you told me, because this is going to be a brand new adventure. So I'm going to switch my screen so that you can see both my hands as well as my face. And get this going. Almost done. Okay, move that up there. And we'll switch it over. So good morning again if you were just hopping in. What a wonderful Tuesday. It's going to be another hot one today. So today I'm going to be doing a nautical kind of project. And it's not like it's just a kind of a playful design that I think you're going to like. But I'm going to be working on our board and base surface. And this is a surface that I've used a lot with you guys. It is starting to show its age. It's starting to look a little bit worn. But I just thought of this just before I came live. I really could paint the base of this. I really could. Why not, right? So this is a really cool surface because you can put this little chalkboard in it this way. You can use both sides of your surface, but you can also pull it out and put it in so that it is horizontal. So there are lots of different ways that you can use this. But as you can see, I already have a design on this side of the board, so I'm going to show you how easy it is to clean off your chalkboard surfaces. So all you're going to need is a little bit of water, and you can spray it on like I am. You can run it under your sink water. You can dampen it with wet paper towels, whatever is easiest for you. But I'm just going to spray this with some water. My water's getting a little low here, I think. And just let it set for a minute or two. And I'll tell you about two tools that I use to clean my designs off my chalkboards, as well as my transfers. Good morning, Mary. How are you? So the first one, I can't think of the name of it. Oh my gosh. This is one of the tools in my shop. Let me tell you the name of this. Isn't that nuts? I cannot think of what it's called. It is called a paste scraper. That's pretty easy to remember, right? So what this is it's got a sharp edge on one side. You probably can't cut yourself with it, although I probably could. And all you do is you rub it across the chalk that you have moistened, and it scrapes almost all of it off. It's a really cool tool. And I mean, if you don't have one of these, you can scrub it and scrub it and scrub it, and that's fine. But if you happen to have the opportunity to grab one of these, do so. Get one. So see this nice little pile I have right here? That is how quickly you can clean off a chalkboard. And this chalkboard has been designed for months. It has been sitting there, and even if it's been there for a year, you can just as easily wash it off any non-porous surface, such as chalkboards, metal, windows, glass, mirrors, anything that's non-porous. So as it is right now, I can still read it. You probably can't see it from your angle. I'll see if I can tip it into the light a little bit so you can see. There's like, it's called ghosting. And it's just something that happens. And what you can do if that does happen is, again, moisten your board. And we're going to be using something called a board eraser. It's kind of like a magic eraser, but there aren't any chemicals involved. If I was just cleaning a chalkboard, I don't think I'd really mind too much using a magic eraser. But when I'm using it on my transfers, I'll explain that in just a minute, you probably would try to avoid getting chemicals on them. So you just take your board eraser and you give it a scrub, and the ghosting disappears like magic. Good morning, everybody. Please say hello if you're just joining us, and hit the SHARE tab. So that is good to go. I'm just going to dry it up a little bit. So that board eraser, as I was saying, has different uses. And the other thing that I use it for is, I'm going to chalk on here, is cleaning my transfers. So what I would do is I would run my transfers under a little bit of lukewarm water. Get a little bit of chalk all over that paper towel, so I'm just going to grab a new one. Run it under lukewarm water. Don't leave them sitting in water. Never a good plan. Look what I did. I just smeared chalk from the paper towel onto the board, so it's gone. Okay, I'll throw this away later. So you run it under lukewarm water, and then you take the magic eraser and very gently scrub the residual chalk off your transfer. Now, if you have staining on your transfer after you've washed it, don't worry about it. It is perfectly normal, and it will not affect the way that the transfer works. So clean the front side off, and then flip it over, and I usually just lightly brush it with my hand on the back side of the transfers. Then you're going to dry them sticky side up on a towel. I usually use a fuzzing towel. This is a Club Couture branded one. It has microfiber on one side and more like a towel on the other. So flip it upside down so the sticky side is up, and leave it to dry before you replace it on the carrier sheet. So speaking of carrier sheets, we are going to be removing this transfer from the carrier sheet. This is our Club Couture transfer for June. It is a quote from Maya Angelou, and it says, "Nothing can dim the light that shines from within," which is a beautiful quote, but we're not going to use it today. I do like it, and I'll probably find another use for this, but today we're going to be using it in a different way. Before I go any further, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about Club Couture. This is our monthly subscription program that you can have sent to your door every single month without fail. You get a B-size transfer like the one I'm using today, and 3 chalk paste singles to make a beautiful project with. So not only do you get those things, that exclusive transfer that no one else can buy, you also get a video instruction of exactly how to use it as is with the colors you have, and you also get written instructions as well as a video. So in addition to that, it is $19.99 a month. In the States, it's a little bit more in Canada, and I don't want to tell you exactly that price because I'm not sure. But being a member definitely has its privileges. You get discounted products every single month, and you get lower shipping. So it's absolutely worth it, and it's always so much fun to get your subscription in the mail. So let me go back to my other screen so we can see each other again. Here we go. So I'm going to use this in a different way. As I said, it can be used just like it is. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful phrase. And Maya Angelou is a brilliant woman. I'm not sure she's still living. I think she is. I saw her actually in Springfield, Mass. years ago with a friend of mine, and she was just awesome. So she's a great speaker. So I think I read her book, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. I think that's what it was. Really good stuff. So I'm going to remove this from the packaging, and I always save the packaging to put the transfer back into after I've washed it and dried it and put it back on this paper carrier sheet, because it keeps it nice and safe. There's a label on the back, so I know which one goes in which package. And if you look carefully, there are instructions on exactly how to use our transfers on the back of the transfers and on the bottom of our jars of paste. You can peel this up. You can peel this up. Well, usually you can. And there are instructions underneath there. I'm not going to fight with it though. So as I'm getting started, I'm going to grab my Sharpie and write on the back. What's the name of this one? It's called Shine. And my initials also, and also my initials on the front side. So I write on the back of my transfers so that I remember to return the transfers to the other side of the carrier sheet. This side of the carrier sheet is very dull, and by reattaching it to this side, it'll be really hard to pull the transfer off. They're very sticky. This side of the paper here is slick and shiny, and the transfer peels off it nice and easy. It's kind of like a sticker. If you've ever done scrapbooking or played with stickers, you'll know that one side of the paper is slick like this, so it doesn't stick too tightly. So I'm going to just peel this off. And before I even put this on my surface, you will notice that they are super sticky. I'm going to get my fuzzing towel out, and I am just going to put this on top of my towel and rub it down a couple of times. And what this does is it helps pick up just a little bit of lint from the towel, so it softens the adhesive just a little bit, so that it's easier to pull off of your surface. And if you're doing a layered piece, you want to fuzz things really well, so that you don't pull up the first layer of chalk with the second coat of transfers. So here we go. How's everybody doing today? Mary, are you doing well? I heard your knees were bothering you, or your back. But you hobbled over to the beach, and that's a good thing. Alright, so we're going to start by just using the outer edges of this transfer. I like the kind of the sunbeam look spreading away from the center. So I'm going to center this. I'm going to actually not center this exactly. I'm going to go a little bit higher, because the lower part of the board, the chalkboard that I'm using, is going to be inside of the wood groove here that holds it all together. So I'm going to go a little bit higher than normal with my transfer and try to center this. Yep, I'm a little bit off. And I'm also upside down. That doesn't really matter, but let's see if we can get it in the right spot. Almost. One more time. Let's try it again. Sometimes I wonder if it would be easier to put the surface on top of the transfer rather than vice versa. Come on, cooperate. Let's see how that looks. Still off just a smidge. Sorry, guys. All right. Wow, this one's really sticky. You just never know sometimes. Let me try this. Then I can kind of see where I'm going. Nope, that didn't work. Let's not have it all kind of crooked. Actually, now that I think about it, I'm going to put the piece that goes in the center on first. So I'm just going to put this aside, and I'm going to be using Life's a Beach. This was a transfer that was available last summer that I loved, and we used it quite a bit. So I'm going to use that one. And the only part that I'm going to use from it is the seahorse, because I think it's really cute. This will also make it easier to line that up in the center. This has been used a lot of times, so I don't need to fuzz it again, but I'm going to pop this right on here. And maybe we'll do an ombre effect with it. What do you think? So a little bit higher than the center should do it. So you're going to rub your transfer down nice and smooth. Make sure there are no bumps, bubbles, or folds in your design. And I'm going to be using a couple different colors of chalk paste today. Hey, Christine! So I'm going to be using Couture Teal. I'm going to be using Morning Sky, and I'm going to be using a little bit of grape soda to do, I think I'll do the hot mess technique on this, and maybe we'll do the ombre effect on the rays that come out around it. What do you guys think about that? Christine, Friday's a big day for you. I'll be thinking of you. All right, got the colors. So to do the hot mess technique, you are going to take a small, these are just little makeup applicators. I need to clean this one a little. They're little makeup applicators that I got on Amazon. However, now Club Couture has their own branded ones, so you can get stir sticks from there. You're just going to take a little bit of that paste on your stir stick and dab it all around your design. Just adding a little bit here and there. And then I'm going to do all the other colors as well. So here comes the teal. And then I'm going to go in with a little bit of this light blue. It's actually called Morning Sky. It's a pretty name, huh? I did stir these up before I came live this morning. You want to stir up your chalk paste every time you use them. And be sure that they're about the consistency of cake batter. If they're too thick, add just a couple squirts of distilled water. And stir it like crazy until you get the right consistency. You can keep adding water if you need to. And it should work. So now, if you can see this, I've dotted it all over my little seahorse. And I'm going to take a squeegee and I'm going to run this through all of the colors. I'm going to blend them all together. And this is, again, called the hot mess technique. So here we go. You just smooth it over the design. It looks like a hot mess, yes, and that's what it's supposed to look like. So squeegee all of the open areas in the silk screen so they're all covered, which I think it is. And then you're going to take the excess off on your squeegee. Now normally if we were just using one color, we'd squeegee it right back into the jar. But because we're blending the colors, we're just going to wipe it off into a napkin. You don't want to blend your colors together in the jars and contaminate them. I think we've got that pretty well cleaned. And then you're going to peel it back low and slow. Yeah, that's kind of pretty. Love it. Okay. Good for you, Christine. Oh my gosh, I'll be thinking of you Friday. Okay, so I'm going to use my heat tool to dry this real quick. Won't take very long. You want to try to have a nice light coat of chalk on your pieces. I'm going to zoom this in so you can see it a little better. There you go. Keep your heat tool moving if that's what you're using. It is so hot that it can actually blister your paint, your paste rather. Just keep it moving and away from your fingers as well because you can burn yourself. These are super high concentrated heat tools. If you're in a hurry and you don't have a heat tool, you can also use your hair dryer. Or just let it air dry. Alright, that looks good. So I'm going to cover up these jars before I move along to the next step. And I'll show you how that's going to work. If I can get it shut. There we go. There we go. So if you are just hopping in, be sure to sprinkle this video with your friends and family. I am trying to build up my audience in the morning. It seems to be the best time for me because I don't know, I'm too tired at night to do this. But if I can't get a larger audience in the morning, I may have to switch it back to evening. I don't know about you guys, but by the time dinner's over, I'm like done for the day. I'm done. So yeah, this is going to help with centering for sure. I can see a little bit better where I'm going with this just because I know where the seahorse is. Hey, I think we did it the first time. All right, so I already have fuzzed this if you're just hopping on. And this is our Club Couture transfer for June. If you join my club right now, there may be an opportunity for you to pick this one up if you'd like it. But every month you get a surprise in the mail, and I always look forward to that. So, as I said, this could get a little bit messy. I have glitter with me. So my thought was to do kind of a white, start with white around this edge here, and then bring in yellow on the outer edges and ombre those together. What do you guys think of that? And then we'll sprinkle glitter all over it. Ah! What do you guys think? Yellow and white? I could do the teal and white. These are all the colors I have out today. What do you think I should do with those rays coming away from the seahorse? I always like to hear what you have to say. In case you wondered, I do have my glitter here. I've got, this one's called Ocean. It's kind of a sparkly blue. I've got Paradise, which is more of a teal color. And I also have Snow, obviously that's white. And I have Mint Green also. So I thought any of those 4 colors would look really pretty. So I'm going to have to work pretty fast with this. I'll start with the inner edges and add the paste. The other color around the outer edges, then peel it back quick and sprinkle that glitter before it dries. So yeah, glitter. All right, nobody's giving me any ideas about what colors. Come on, guys. Where's my paper? Okay, I thought I had a piece of paper right here to dump the glitter on. I'll use this. I'll use this. This is the package that my Club Couture transfer comes on. And yours can too. So I'll use this to catch my glitter underneath as soon as I pull it off. So we're going to have to work quickly. Christine says teal and white. All right, girl. You said it. I think that'll be really pretty. I'm going to get everything open and ready to go. So I got my white. I got my teal. Got my teal glitter. Let me see if yep, that's been opened, so that's good to go. And that. Yeah, I'm going to work really quickly, so don't blink. All right, I'll need 2 squeegees. The smaller one. I'm going to use the mini squeegees for this one. So I'm going to try to be careful not to go into the open area where the phrase is. It wouldn't matter if I did, because I could probably clean it. But I'm just going to err on the side of caution and just be careful. I'm going to go a little bit thick on all the way around and scrape most of it off before I do the ombre effect. That's pretty cool, a cool way to do things. It's different from Hot Mess, but we do combine colors together like we did earlier. Okay, this is the trickiest part, trying not to go into that big open area, but I think we can do it. See how thick I'm leaving this? Whenever you're working with transfers, you want to be sure to remove the transfer before the chalk paste is dry. Otherwise, the paste will come right up with the transfer, and you don't want that to happen, right? This is going to be really pretty, I think. And Christine, we'll give you the credit because you picked the colors, right? So, we are getting there. It's really close to the tail of the seahorse right here, so I'm being super careful. All right, so I'm going to pull that out a little bit, away from where I started. It's a little bigger on that side, so I probably should go bigger on this side, right? Go big or go home. Here we go. All right, so you can see that I've gotten pretty evenly around the edges. It doesn't have to be perfect. So I'm going to put that squeegee down and grab some of the teal, and I'm going to do the rest of the outer edges of the rays with this color. It's a little chunky for some reason. So some of this transfer extends over the edges of the surface that I'm using, so I'm not worried about that too much. You want to go almost so that the paste is touching the other white that we did earlier, but not touching. Try not to let them touch yet. Make sure I'm gone all the way to the edges here. Yep. Pretty good. So what are you guys doing today? It's going to be another hot one. Are you going to be able to get out and swim or working inside? What's going on today? Summer sure hit us like crazy, huh? It seems like everything's been kind of extreme this year. We go right into a heat wave on the first day of summer. Whoops. You guys are way too quiet today. What's going on? All right, almost done. Okay, so we've got these all pretty much done. I put the chalk on thick, as I said before, and I will be scraping off most of the excess in just a second. And then we will blend the two together. So I'm going to go in first and grab the white, because I did that one first. And put that back into the jar. You got to be real careful not to grab the other color, because that will, you know, change the true color of your paste. So you don't want to put them back in the jar if you've mixed them. I've done it by mistake a few times, I'll admit it. I usually just scoop out what I put in by, you know, with one of my stir sticks. It's fine, but sometimes you got to be careful. Remember one time I was, speaking of putting things in the wrong place, I was painting and drinking a cup of something at the same time and forgot and took a swig of my paint water. Yeah, yummy. All right, so I'm going to go back in and scoop out my teal. I'm working quickly here because I don't want this to dry before I'm done. And glittered. We'll plop right there. Get that one. I think this is going to be really pretty. Okay, so to do the ombre, you're going to take your finger and just swirl in between the two colors. This will blend them together, so you'll have a nice, soft transition between the colors. You want to be sure that your paste is wet when you're doing this. Cover them all up. Tell you, it took me so long to get a haircut in color this week that I kind of had ombre hair going on. I think we've done it. All right, so I'm going to pull this off quick and start sprinkling the glitter. Hi, Leslie and Shannon. How are you? Shannon is our newlywed. She got the nicest guy in the world, too. He builds her things. Yep. This is cool. Okay, now I'm gonna move quick before this dries. I'm gonna go into towards the center and sprinkle some of this white on the white areas. I'm just gonna do it. I don't want it to be too crazy glittery, just like a nice little shimmer with that. And then we'll go in with the teal glitter and get the rest of it. Please don't dry before I'm done. Oh, this one wasn't ready. There's a little seal inside of here that I missed. Come on. It looks a little better when you have that little shaker on there, but oh well, it is what it is. Okay, so we're going to shake this off in just a minute. We're safe now. We can let it sit while I clean up for just a moment, and we'll see how this all comes together. Stick my finger in the jar paste. Good job. Oh, thank you, Leslie. I didn't see you come in. Good morning. All right, so here is my envelope. I'm going to tap this off onto. See if I missed any spots. It's probably pretty dry by now already. Don't use your blow dryer on the glitter. Just don't do it. All right, I'm going to tap this off. It's pretty. Most of it's on my hand. All right, I might take this outside and hit it with my hair dryer later to blow all the excess off. Look how cute this came out. You see the sparkles? So this is just, you know, an example of one way that you can combine your transfers together to make something totally different. Again, this had a Maya Angelou quote in the middle of it, but we beached it up with a cute little starfish. I would put this in the stand, but I want it to dry for a couple of minutes. But I think that I would even want to paint the stand like white or something. That would be really cool for this one. Another way that you can dress this up, let me go a little back. Another way that you can dress up this wood thing, you can paint them, but you can also add a ribbon around the center. The one that I have is not quite the right one for it. It's a little bit, I don't know. It's a little more green than I'd like. But you can also glue a ribbon around the edges to make it coordinate a little bit better too. But I think this would look cool if it was white. You just ordered more, yay! Shannon's building her new husband is building her a workshop. So I cannot wait to see what you come up with. So let me put this away. I'm going to put my website up here. As I was saying, the Club Couture you can sign up for anytime, and this is an option that you can do. You can order the June Club Couture if it's still available. They're always while supplies last. But love to have you take advantage of that. You also get discounts every month on different products. You save on shipping from any orders that you do online. Exclusive transfers, of course, which is always fun. And yeah, we have a lot of fun with it. I hope you guys are enjoying it. So be sure to sign up for that. It is $19.99 a month. You have a 3-month commitment, but not many people ever choose to cancel, so you'll probably love it too. That is what I have for today. I will be back tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. with another fun project for you. I think I'll think this one through a little bit better, but I'm so happy with the way this one came out. I hope you are too. But we will meet tomorrow at 10. If while you were watching you said, oh my gosh, I would love to get paid to craft like Susan does. You can craft all day long, and it is just the best job ever. Let me know, and I can get you some information. But have a wonderful day, and I will see you tomorrow morning at 10. If you have any questions, pop them in there. If you have any comments, want to know some stuff, let me know. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Have a great day. Stay cool. Christine, I'll talk to you hopefully tomorrow before your big day, and everything is good. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.